All right, and welcome back into The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. Joining us now, you can see him if you're watching our live stream on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Danny Morrison, the executive director, Charlotte Sports Foundation. They hold the Duke's Mayo Classic featuring North Carolina and South Carolina tomorrow night. Also, Duke's Mayo Bowl. Danny, thank you for taking the time. I want to start with the bowl game because there's an ACC affiliation there. Are you excited to bring in Stanford and Cal as a potential future ACC partner?
I think that's great. Cal, Stanford, two great academic institutions, as well as SMU. So nice three additions for the ACC.
As someone that obviously pays attention and moves in the college sports world, how surprised are you by the moving and the shaking that's happened over the last really 2 years, but over the last 24 hours when it comes to the ACC expansion?
Well, it's just been a change in landscape, as we all know, for the past several years. And so it's not a perfect world. It's an imperfect world. And sometimes you make accommodations to make all of that work. And so I think it's three nice additions for the ACC. We're in a different kind of place right now as far as geography and the landscape of college athletics. So three great schools. They also have good academic traditions. Athletic traditions. As you know, I was out at TCU for a number of years as the AD, so I got to know SMU well, and have had friends at Cal and Stanford in the AD roles.
One of the bigger sticking points when it comes to expansion, and you mentioned the geography element of it, is the travel. I don't know how much the bowl games work with the teams, but obviously they don't know where they're going to go until the bowl selections are made, then travel has to be thrown together. How big of an issue do you think it will be for these teams that are going to be going, they're used to kind of staying on the East Coast, and now they're going East Coast, West Coast routinely?
Well, I don't think that'll be difficult from a bowl standpoint at all. The ACC already has a tie-in with the Holiday Bowl out in San Diego, and that seems to have worked well. So I don't see that being an issue.
Danny Morrison, Executive Director, Charlotte Sports Foundation, getting ready to put on Duke's Mayo Classic tomorrow night between North Carolina and South Carolina. Not a lot of travel there. I mean, everybody can drive for that one. Talk about selecting those two teams. How did that come together? And obviously the atmosphere that's going to play Saturday night.
We think it's going to be a great matchup. Obviously, the border war, if you will. Charlotte's perfectly located. Uptown Charlotte, there's not a better place to come for an athletic event. All you do is you park your car, great hotels, restaurants, nightlife, and then you walk everywhere. And we're blessed with amazing weather this weekend. So it's going to be a fun time in Charlotte. You have two ascending programs, a lot of interest with the two respective teams. Iconic coach in Mac Brown and one of the young superstars, Shane Beamer. So two coaches that are also great people running excellent programs. And when you have game day here for ESPN from 9 to 12, and then you got primetime ABC at 7:30, it says it's a pretty big game.
How does that happen? Are you pulling strings behind the scene? Because College Gameday, they only go one place a week, and obviously the game and the programs matter, but that's got to add a little bit of extra sizzle to the Mayo Classic.
Well, they've always had a great experience here in Charlotte. They were here a couple of years ago for Clemson, Georgia, which was a festive and a great game, great atmosphere. Both fan bases had fun in Charlotte. Romere Bearden Park, where ESPN sets up, is perfect place to have this near the stadium. You're shooting into the beautiful skyline of uptown Charlotte. It works out well.
My producer for today, Graham, may be there with a sign. How early does he have to get there to be on TV?
We better get there real early. I would say he needs to get there when the sun comes up.
His eyebrows went up. I'm not sure if we'll get him there that early. Maybe just a sign that he can hold up and be over the top of the crowds. Shane Beamer, actually, you brought up a kind of an ascending superstar. It's funny because as Shane Beamer at South Carolina was establishing himself at South Carolina, I think one of the lasting images is him sitting in the chair getting the mayo dumped on him after winning the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Will the mayo be out tomorrow night?
Mayo won't be out for the Classic game. That's a bowl thing. But he was a great sport. He was the first one that had the mayo dumped. And actually, Mack Brown had agreed and was excited about that if North Carolina would have won that game. So it went viral. I think it was a good thing for the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I think it was a good thing for Shane Beamer, too. A lot of good play out of that. And it just showed that he embraces fun and embraces things that certainly are a good part of the bowl. And the $10,000 that came along with that for him to donate to charity was nice as well.
I would love to see Mack Brown getting mayo dumped on his head. It just seems like a funny sight. It's a cool little deal. Danny Morrison, Executive Director, Charlotte Sports Foundation, Duke's Mayo Classic Saturday, North Carolina, South Carolina, Battle of the Carolinas in Charlotte. Danny, before we let you go, this might be the most important the question I'm going to ask you about the Duke's Mayo Classic and all of the fanfare surrounding it. Eric Church or Darius Rucker?
Both are great. I love both of them.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Honorary captains for the two respective universities. That'll be fun. Darius Rucker will be singing the national anthem, and he's also the guest picker on ESPN. So it just, again, speaks to the importance of this game and the excitement around the game. And I think we're going to have a great crowd. We've already over 60-some thousand, and it'll be a electric atmosphere.
Danny, we appreciate you for taking time out of the prep to join us. Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully you have a great game.
Great. Thanks for having me.